Good day, boys and girls, men and women. Today I want to talk to you about using your thinking in a way that you did not know how you can use your thinking. This is what I mean by that. Also, I want to thank you for taking your time out to listen to Walk in Wisdom. I used to call the show Walk in Wealth, but as soon as I mentioned the word wealth, people automatically started thinking about money. And that's kind of like far from the truth, but not too far. Because if you don't have true wisdom, then you won't have true wealth. Let me repeat that again. If you do not have true wisdom, then you will not understand the quality or the use of having true wealth. I want to explain something to you guys that I think and I know that's very important, and God gave me a message. He talks to me, put things in my head, He put it in my heart so I could be sincere with you guys. Sometimes when people get on film and people get on camera, they are being fake and they're being phony. They're not telling you that they're actually going through something. They're always telling you how they overcame. But no man, no woman, no one here on this earth is not going through something. Everyone is going through something. So I want to be honest with you, I'm going through something. But I'm going to let God deal with it. And when God tells me to move forth on what the problem is, then I will move forth on what the problem is. But don't you think nobody don't have any problems. Also, if you think that you have to bow down to this world to get money, if you think you got to bow down to anybody in this world to get money, then you need to reevaluate yourself and rethink yourself and just go to another church because your pastor is not teaching you something right. God does not want you to follow the world after you enter into His church. God does not want you to chase something that's in this world after you hear His word. When God gave us Jesus, Jesus had such compassion. Jesus had knowledge. And don't think that Jesus was weak. Don't think that Jesus was here just to say kind words. Jesus put people in their place when they needed to be put in their place. They asked him questions all the time, and he answered. So don't let no minister say you can't question God. If they question Jesus, and Jesus says, I do nothing that is not of my Father. I do what the Father do. I say what the Father says. So when Jesus asked questions, He done what He thought and what He knew what God would do. God answers questions. The reason why your minister don't want you to ask questions, because most of the time he don't know. Because he went to a cemetery school, and cemetery school can only make students. They do not make preachers. Again, cemetery school make students. They do not make preachers. They do not make leaders. They teach you philosophy. They teach you things that sounds good to the ear, but they don't teach you how to save souls. And I'm telling you, you must not continue to keep doing the same things you're doing if you fail. If you're succeeding and you put God first, then continue to do that. But if you're not succeeding and you're not putting God first, stop doing what you're doing, reverse it, and things will come out better. What I mean by this is when I wanted to do this show, the original name was called Walk in Wealth. But when I wanted to do this show, I was worried about where I was going to get my outfits from. I was worried about how I'm going to get the lighting, the cameras. I was worried about things that I should not have been concerned about, but I was highly concerned because I was wondering what the public is going to think or what the public is going to say. The thing is, that when God tells you to do something, you move. He qualifies you, he gives you things so you can do what he wants you to do. The camera that I was so concerned about, I already had the camera. It was already purchased. The clothes, me and my wife had went to the outlet, and I was looking at an outfit. I was actually looking at I was looking at a necktie. I was looking at a suit. And I asked the lady, because the suit didn't have a price on it. And I went to go ask the lady, how much is the suit? And she said, my daughter that usually run this business is no longer going to be running this business, so we're going out of business so she can take care of her baby. So she's going to close down for a while so she can take care of her baby. So the suit over there, she said, I will let you have it for $1. And I said, excuse me? She said, you can have everything for $1. I, at that time, couldn't believe or did not know that God preordained what I was experiencing, and what happened is God already made it so that I can do what I needed to do because God relied on me. God trusts me to get this word out to you. The job is not always easy. The job is not always going to be something that you want to do. You don't get up every day and say, I want to record. You don't get up every day and say, I have a word for someone so it can change their life. You don't get up like that, but God put something in you. God gives you that energy. And I realized when you erase some of the negativity in your life and you replace it with positive things, things start to happen. You no longer worry, or you no longer even think about the things you used to worry about. You're not focused on that anymore. You be the miracle. You be the example. You be the one that can make a mark in this world that can never be erased. You be the one. Don't wait on the president. Don't wait on a leader. Don't wait on your preacher. Don't wait on your bosses on these jobs. You do. You do something. It's something inside of you that you can make change. You do not have to be a drug dealer. You do not have to be a prostitute. You do not have to be a stripper. You do not have to do things that will cause later on in life something that's going to harm you. God would never give you assignment on something that's going to harm you or you're going to degrade yourself. Are there going to be people that's jealous over you? Yes. Are there going to be haters? Yes. But your haters make you greater. Your haters make you greater. The people that love you is going to put something inside of you to make you do what you do. They're going to say kind words to you. They're going to uplift you. They're going to give you books. They're going to give you things so you can continue to keep doing the impossible. That's why I am called Mr. Impossible, because I'm going to do things that they say can't be done. They call me your brain best friend because it's something that I'm going to say. I know I'm going to say it without a doubt that's going to spark your mind. So I go by the name Anthony Evans, Mr. Impossible, your brain best friend. But I don't want to be the only one to be impossible. I don't want to be the only one that has information inside of me and don't share it with my brothers or my sisters. I want to call you Mr. Impossible. I want to call you Mrs. Impossible because you can do way beyond what you think you can do. Yes, you, the one that's watching this. I'm talking to you. You can do things far greater than what you're doing. Don't let money think for you. You think for the money. Once you become a thinker, money chases you. Don't chase a dollar trying to do things that you feel degraded about, or you feel, it makes you feel less than a man. It makes you feel less than a woman. You have the power to change that. You be the miracle. In the beginning, when God created the heavens and the earth, he had you in mind. Not only did he have you in mind, he says, I bless you. You are blessed. But don't let it just be money. A blessing is having knowledge, having intelligence, having wisdom, having a relationship with God, so you can continue to be the queen you are, so you can continue to be the king you are. Again, this is Anthony Evans, Mr. Impossible, your brain best friend. And thank you for watching Walk in Wisdom.